Assalamu alaikum. I am Salimujjaman, lecturer of Government Visishta Nur Muhammad College, Shashad Jashur. I am taking online class for the betterment of my student due to coronavirus COVID-19. The situation is pandemic situation. With the inspiration of my principal sir, I am taking online class for my students. Please follow my class. Welcome everybody with red roses. I have also told you that I am Salimujjaman, lecturer of Government Visishta Nur Muhammad College, Shashad Jashur. Look at the picture and guess your today's topics. Here you are watching two types of photos, two types of pictures. In one pictures, some teenagers, street childs are collecting garbage, and other pictures you are watching that two street childs are taking foods on the streets. Beside there is also a dog. So my student, you could understand that what is our topics today. Today's topics, unit 7, lesson number 4. Topics title Amerigo, a street child. What is the objectives of our topics today? To discuss what rights the street children are deprived of, to make a list of the right of the children, to read a short passage and answer question based on it, to make a list of difference between students and Amerigo's life. Look at the pictures and then discuss in groups what you are watching in these very pictures. Maybe you are watching that a vendor or hawker selling flowers to the pedestrian, to the peoples, and another pictures you are watching that some street children are sleeping on the street. They have no home. Here what you are watching, they are collecting garbage. That means they are street children. You are watching the two boys are playing on the streets. They have no father, mother, and no relatives, no relation with others. That is why they are living on the streets and live on the streets. Who do you think are these children? Who do you think are these children? These children are called street children. They move along the roads and have no definite place or house to live in. Most of them are forsaken by their parents, either because their fathers or mothers has got married twice or thrice, or because they have lost one or both parents due to death. Poverty, literacy, neglect by parents, verbal and physical abuse are of some other reasons for which children flee into the street and end up leading a miserable life. That means you could understand that students, those who are parental careless, those who live in the streets, they live a very miserable life. Now I am going to discuss about the work of the street children. What are they doing? What are they doing? You can imagine that. What are they doing? Begging. Street children, mostly they beg on the street. Begging, collecting garbage, working as a hawker or vendors, or at workshop, sleeping on footpath or streets, smoking, taking drugs, etc. They do this. Pictures contradict the idea behind the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Those who are street children, they are deprived of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. What are the Universal Declaration human rights, sir? Right to live in and survive, right to health and hygiene, right to healthy physical and mental developments, right to protection from all kinds of threats, right to education, right not to be forced into labor. Children rights in picture. You are watching these two pictures in where you are watching that in one picture some child are in the lap of their parents. That means they are in their they enjoy the parental love. But in other pictures you are also watching that some girls and boys are going to schools. They have right of education and these children have right of parental love. But actually if you think that street children have no right of education, no right of parental love, because they are separated from their parents, they live on the street. Here you are watching that one child was taking treatment facilities, another children are playing, but street children have no right of treatments facilities, and street children have no right of playing facilities. So they are deprived of basic human rights. So they are deprived fundamental rights. So they are deprived of human rights. Now read the passage, Amerigo. Open the page of Unit 7 lesson about Amerigo, street children. You know that Amerigo is a street child. Like many other street child, he has come from a broken family. His parents have separated from each others. They don't want him. So streets now is home. Having lived on the streets at such a tender age, Amerigo has done several hazardous jobs to earn his livelihood, such as collecting trash and selling it, selling ice cream, etc. However, he feels himself lucky because he is alive. He feels himself lucky because he is alive. Some of his friends who work sorting rubbish often suffer from serious disease. One of them died after he fell into a hole that opened up in the pile of trash. Another of his friends who work in a glass factory lost one of his eyes after a piece of glass flew into his eyes. Life is very hard for Amerigo, especially in winter. He is always hungry and does not know where he will sleep the next night. He would like to live in his home and sleep in peace there. By reading this passage, we could realize that Amerigo is separated from his parent and he lives on the streets. He has no person, no relatives to take care of. He lives on the streets. He works as a vendor. There are some workers, or there are some street childs. They also work in a factory or work as shoe polishing work. So they are deprived of the parental love. That is why they live very miserable life. Here we also see that Amerigo has a dream of having his home in where he will stay, he will slave peacefully. Amerigo's life. Now I am going to discuss about the life of Amerigo. Amerigo is 13 years old. He is separated from his parents, live on the streets, earn his livelihood by selling ice creams, collecting garbage, or shoe polishing, sometimes suffer from serious disease, always hungry. You realize that Amerigo is depriving all type of basic human rights, fundamental rights. He wants to leave his own home and sleep in peace. What should society do for children like Amerigo? Discuss in pair. I request my students to discuss the topics about Amerigo. Society should rehabilitate children like Amerigo. Society should ensure their fundamental rights. Society should show a sympathetic attitude towards them. Now I am giving you a classwork. My students, you will work out this very classwork at your home because I am taking online class. Now pandemic situation is going on for coronavirus. That is why you will try your best. You must watch these pictures and try your best at home. Make a list of difference between your life and Amerigo's life. Amerigo's life and my life. That means your life. There's two tables. The difference between your life and Amerigo's life. Amerigo live on the streets and you live on your home, in your home, in your house. Amerigo deprives of parental love and you nourished with parental care. Amerigo deprives all basic rights and you enjoy all basic rights. Amerigo lived hazardous life and you lead a secured life. Amerigo work as a labor and you are students. My students, I am also giving you another work. You will write down from your book, textbook, in where there is written this very passage that I am going to give you. You will convert this passage into indirect speech. You will convert this speech into indirect speech. Amerigo says, in a way, I am lucky because I am alive. My friends who work sorting rubbish in the dump often suffer from serious disease. One of them was recently killed after he fell into a hole that opened up in the pile of trash. You will work out, you will change it into indirect speech. That means you will change person, you will change tense, you will change everything as narration has been changed, narration changed. Indirect speech. Evaluation. My question is, who is Amerigo? I have also discussed about these topics, who is Amerigo. You can answer that very question. How does Amerigo evaluate his life? How does Amerigo evaluate his life now? Where do the street children sleep? Where do the street children sleep? You can answer this question, I think. What do they do? What do they do? You can answer this very question. I think so. Homework, my students. I am going to complete my lecture, online lectures. Now I am giving you a homework. You must read the passage and try to understand this passage. And if you fail any problem, you must call me. Summarize Amerigo in 150 words and give a title which is different from the title of your lessons. And I also like to give you another homework, a paragraph. You must write down a paragraph about a street child. You must write a paragraph about street children. Bye. Thank you all for participating with me. Thank you all. So I'd like to request you stay at home, maintain social distance, follow the rules of the government and be happy. No more today.